Shipshape and Bristol Fashion uses chapters so you can skip between stories and interviews if you're using a modern podcast app, or just sit back and enjoy the whole thing.
Hello all, it's Chili here from the Port of Bristol Shanty crew, and you're listening to the Shipshape and Bristol Fashion podcast. You'll love it, we do.
Shipshape and Bristol Fashion boys along the harbour side. From Avon Gorge to Underpool, we'll heave and haul the line. Secure the barrels down below, bind them, tie and lash 'em. This vessel, she is certified Shipshape and Bristol Fashion.
Okay, so welcome to this very special episode where we are live recording at the Falmouth Sea Shanty Festival. And throughout this episode, we're going to be capturing lots of audio with people that are here, the crews, but we are going to kick off with two members of the staff that are making all of this happen. And you can imagine it isn't just a two-person job. There's a whole committee and team that enable this to happen. But I'm really pleased that these two lovely ladies have come and spoken to me. Ladies, introduce yourself and what's your role within the big engine of this festival?
Yeah, so my name is Hayley Nicholson. I'm the Marketing and Events Officer, and I actually work for Falmouth Town Council. But I also obviously work on the committee for the Sea Shanty Festival.
My name's Adele Cole. I'm an admin assistant again for the town team working for Falmouth Town Council, and again I have supported in this year's festival.
And we are recording on the Saturday, not on the first day, so let's just review. How is everything so far?
Do you know what? Yesterday was fantastic. Even though we ended up with some typical Cornish mizzle, it was fantastic to see.
Didn't dampen the spirits.
It really didn't. People were still dancing in front of the main stages. Honestly, they came out to support yesterday.
There was a really lovely atmosphere throughout the whole town, wasn't there?
It was fantastic to see.
We were at the Falmouth Hotel, and we were later on in the afternoon, and we just thought, ooh, at one point we'd been moved to the ballroom, but they had decided that the liquid sunshine was lightening up, and we think this is still raining, guys. And when we were singing, there's just so many people out there that were bearing the rain on for them. But yeah, no, really good work indeed. So tell me a little bit about this Shanty Festival and what it means to you, and how it's begun, and how has it got to where we are today? Because I believe we're 21 years in now.
That's it, yeah. This year is our 21st year, so it was a big celebration last year, but I think this year might actually even be even bigger again. The whole idea was actually started by one group called Falmouth Shout in the Seven Stars pub on the moor. And the first iteration saw 5 shanty groups performing on Custom House Quay, and now today we have 85 groups across 27 venues. So it really is a town-wide festival.
Really good indeed. And of course, it has a real strong international feel to this, doesn't it? I've already spoken to some crews that are not just yokels. They've come across the water to be here for this particular festival. Yeah,
absolutely. We very much are an International Sea Shanty Festival, so we get groups, we get a lot of Breton groups that come over, hence why we have the Breton Bash on the Friday afternoon, so that's all of them getting together. We've got a group from the Orkneys this year. Last year we had a group from Canada. We get inquiries from as far afield as Australia. So
it's amazing.
Yeah, we welcome all here.
Really good indeed. And I hear you guys were absolutely integral in providing the crews probably what would be the most important resource throughout the entire festival. Tell me a bit more about that.
Well, it's important to keep them fed and watered, isn't
Absolutely, yeah. So we provided all the groups with free beer tokens and also free pasty tokens, which seems a sensible way to keep everyone on side.
And of course that can't happen unless you were heavily sponsored by some organisations, weren't you?
No,
talk to me about your sponsors.
Yeah, so our sponsors are really key. So our main headline sponsors, we've got Sea Salt Cornwall. They've been supporting the festival for many, many years. And we've got the Greenbank Hotel as well. And then this year we've got our pasty token sponsor, which was Warren's as well. So yeah, keeping the performers fed and watered, because this festival is free to attend.
Yeah, really good, isn't it?
Yeah, the only ticketed event is the gala concert, which is a seated event up at the Princess Pavilion on the Friday night. For those who don't want to be shoulder to shoulder in the pubs, they have that option as well.
And that was a sellout, wasn't it?
Oh yes, every year.
Absolute sellout.
Every year,
which is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really good indeed. And is there a particular, are you guys into shanty singing? You must be, to have this kind of inspiring drive to be part of this process.
I think you cannot attend the Sea Shanty Festival and not just say wow.
And sing along.
Yeah.
It's just such catchy music, isn't it? And it's got such a lovely, uplifting atmosphere. All the songs just bring a real cheerful vibe to everything.
And let's face it, everybody knows the words. So you
Oh,
cannot
yeah.
not sing along.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? Everybody knows.
Exactly, yeah.
That poor captain's daughter. Anyway, so what is probably also really important, and I've certainly recognised more so as I've got into shanty, is that this isn't just an old person's conference, is it? There is a lot of young people that are migrating to this world that seem to love shanty.
I was actually down here at the Event Square main stage last night at 10 o'clock with the Navy Larks on.
Okay.
And the entire audience was just filled with young, university-age students dancing in front of the stage, just having the best time. I would say shanty music really is the most ageless form.
Yeah.
It's so inclusive. We've got such a broad age range, diversity. You know, we as I said earlier, we welcome everybody here in Falmouth, and it's great to see.
And I can see that, absolutely see that. Now, we've just clearly seen Will Keating, who is shanty Cornish royalty, and is bringing shanty to the generation that is following you guys, the school children. And there's a lot of school children here, aren't there?
Yeah, so we've actually had 11 schools involved this year. So we had a school children parade yesterday on day one. That was 120 children that came and sang on Church Street main stage. And then today again we had a further 120 school children join our groups parade and have been performing on stage with Will Keating this afternoon.
Really good indeed. And there's lots of local traders that come along and sell their wares. There's kind of marketplaces in a lot of the venues, aren't there?
Yeah, we've got traders on the moor, which you've organised, haven't you, Adele?
Absolutely. So we've got our regular traders as well as some new additions that have come along to the moor. Yeah. It's always a really lovely atmosphere up there. We've also got Princess Pavilions, so there's a craft market up there with numerous different traders, again from various areas of Cornwall and across. And then we also have our food traders along Church Street and Event Square, just to make sure that everybody, again, is well fed and happy.
And I guess it's really important, is it, for Falmouth Town Council to have that kind of presence and that reach to be inclusive to all the local traders?
Absolutely, and I think what's really good about the fact we do have the traders in all the different areas, but we've also really advocate the independent businesses as well. So, yes. And I think the sheer amount of people that we have here at Shanty, it really lends itself to having both. You just need the extra support there.
Falmouth is majority independent businesses, and that's the reason you come to Falmouth, is to explore what the town has to offer. Yeah. And while the local traders support that, we would always recommend that people go into our brick and mortar businesses and explore.
Oh, really good indeed. And so is there any particular group or acts that you're looking forward to seeing at some point, or will you guys just be so busy spinning plates?
I've got to think about that one. I think, personally, for me, it'll be the Orgy Men on the Event Square main stage, Sunday afternoon, right before the closing ceremony, because that's when you get all of the groups up on stage. So you get to see the Orgy Men, who, by the way, this year will be going to Glastonbury as well.
I hear this, yes.
They are the stars.
Will and I have had conversations about that.
Yes, and then followed by getting all the groups on stage, so.
That is great. What about yourself? Are you going to be too busy, or you got a particular
little bit at the moment, yeah. So this is my first year actually supporting the shanty, so I'm going to be very much running around, just trying to get an experience of all of it really, and really take in that atmosphere.
Oh, exciting. Now, I should press a button here for a fanfare, because I think there's a very special person that's just arrived. He was a little bit late to the interview because he was just busy being a superhero everywhere you go. I'll let you introduce yourself, and what's your role within this amazing Shanty Festival?
Hi. Yeah, so I'm Richard Gates, and the chair of the festival, and also the Falmouth Town manager as well.
How's it going for you? Is it too early to ask that question?
Yeah, I'm quite relaxed. Yeah. I said it was it was a little bit damp yesterday, as I'm sure you've mentioned, but it's yes. I mean, there's such a collective, so many people involved. Yeah. If something comes up, something happens, something needs dealing with, we deal with it, and we deal with it in a professional and proactive manner. And
you do it directly. You do it directly,
exactly, directly, which is a really, really important part. Yeah, it's a really important point. Very much.
Cornish time and Cornish miles are always different to English miles and time. But really good indeed. So talk to me. How did you become the chair?
there was one of the guys, a gentleman called Alan's a lovely guy who he used to be the head of media up at the Falmouth University locally.
Okay.
And so one day he said, "Oh, Rich, did you want to come up for a lunch up at the university?" And it is that classic, no such thing as a free lunch.
No,
I didn't know
never
what
is.
it was for at all. Literally, there was no detail. It was just, can we just have a chat? So we sat down, had some food. And then he said, we got into it, talked about the shanty. He said, it's getting a little bit big at the moment for us. And it was 25 groups then. So, and he said, look, and things are developing. You've got to improve the quality. You've got to improve the professionalism, but also keep that ethos about what the shanty is firmly about.
Yeah, of course.
And so he asked, is it possible? Would I take over it?
Yeah.
Because we do various other things in the town
Yeah,
day to day, of course, through the calendar year. So we looked about what things we could do. So then I had to sort of pause for a moment. They said it was much smaller than what it is now.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, look, we can put these areas into it. We can tweak with it. I mean, there wasn't even a website then, in fairness. There was a Facebook page, and that was it. Literally, there was nothing else. So it was very much about developing the brand logo, developing the website, developing the social media in its infancy. I mean, Hayley's taken it to another level, in fairness, and credit to Hayley's work.
Yeah.
And, of course, what Adele's backed up with that and all the different things.
It just gets better and better.
Collectively, exactly. So we looked at it from there. We started there and thought, right, okay, these are the areas that we really like. These are the areas that we need to develop. Not in a negative way to Falmouth Shout, because they did a phenomenal job in terms of all the volunteers. But as things develop, what you have to be sure of with an event these days is all the boring, mundane things behind the scenes.
Yeah, the health and safety, the rules and regs, keep the government happy, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so everything like that, really, to make sure that it developed. So we started tweaking it, we started developing it, really what we could do to make that difference in terms of that sharpness, as I said, behind the scenes, but still keeping what the shanty is about. And that's kind of where it started from. So I gave myself a personal objective to double the size of the event within 3 years, and we tripled it.
Wow.
Which was phenomenal. And
that's amazing.
Some people really liked it actually really small.
Yeah, of course.
But of course,
you're not going to give everyone happy, are you? You can't give everyone happy.
Yeah. So then, of course, and then so it's developed. We could have 150, 160 groups that would like to attend now. We have to be sensible.
You do.
85 is enough.
Yes. All those beer tokens.
Yeah, exactly. Pasty tokens, beer tokens.
Oh, my days,
but also the logistics of actually just getting everywhere, yourself as a performing group.
Yes.
In terms of, where you're going to perform, what you're going to do at the right times, and Kevin and another Alan that work that out is, I mean, credit to them. People really do. I cannot, endorse them enough, because to get that information and to work out who's going to be where, when, and that you're happy with that, and that you've got enough time to also enjoy the festival.
Of course. Yeah.
And with 778 performers, I think it is, and then 240 children on top of that. It's bonkers, really, sort of thing. So
it is amazing. Well, and of course, you've got the kind of accolade that you're kind of one of the biggest, if not the biggest, international shanty event within Europe and maybe even the world. Yeah, you might know better than me.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're quietly confident. If it's not, it's in the top handful in the world. You never know, definitely. And there's other maritime festivals. There's a brilliant maritime festival in Brest in France.
Yes.
That's a huge event that happens every few years. Quite different to this, to be fair.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I'm sure you well know the amount of shanty festivals that are popping up everywhere now.
Yeah.
And it's that. What's unique about it is the fact that it's free to attend in a current climate that's challenging for everyone.
Yes.
Literally, it's the gala concert, which was sold out last night. And everything on top of that is free to attend. So we want to support the businesses. We want to support the community. We want people to enjoy themselves. Of course we do. But ultimately, there are lots of events across the country, unrelated to shanty particularly, that are really struggling in terms of their ticket sales because of what people can afford to do. And that's not a derogatory.
The climate we're in right
absolutely.
Now,
So I think that's. People have locked on to looking about what we've done in Falmouth, and that's flattering. I said, I'm not saying we get everything right. Still, things that can be better.
We're only humans.
Exactly.
We're only humans.
So when that develops there, we look to keep on tweaking each year. How can it improve? What can we do to tweak it? There will always be things, as you said, we talked about. But that's, people have really noticed that. They've really grasped that. It's the live stream, which I'm sure Hayley's probably mentioned. No, you haven't.
Not
yet.
Okay, that's new this year, isn't it?
So that's right, yeah.
And we've noticed how close you get. So we're on this evening on the sea salt stage. So we're clearly very aware the camera gets very close. So
Yes. So makeup. Yeah.
Is there a makeup department?
Well, yeah. Well, I've only had mascara on once in my life, and last time I closed my eyes when I did it, and I couldn't open them again.
How do these ladies deal with that? I do not know.
It's credit to you guys. Yeah. So that's very much a trial for this year. In all honesty. The quality, I mean, you might want to have, if you get a chance, have a look in the mobile studio that's behind the stage. It really is kind of, cutting edge, really. We're really impressed with it.
It's good.
But it's very much a trial, and, in terms of that, to making sure it's right for this year, and then I'm sure it will really develop, and a lot more people, I'm quite realistic, even if the numbers on that are quite low, because it's about getting the quality right before we develop it into next year and beyond.
It just improves accessibility. I know from my crew, we've got 13, but we've deployed about 6. The rest of them have all got lives and they're all doing stuff, but they're watching. They're watching on that live stream, and it just enables them to be part of an event that they would love to be part of. But that live stream provides that opportunity. So thank you.
Yeah, no, great, absolutely. And it's interesting with that, because most places we're talking about, events where you pay to go to them. This is actually the other way around. We were talking about this the other day. Sometimes the live stream's free and the event to pay to go to. But we wanted to trial this. Of course, it costs some money, and we've got to make sure that we cover our costs. But I'm really keen, and I'm sure we will absolutely. A couple of other people said, "Oh, can we have them up?" Numerous venues. We've got to be sensible with what we can do. But I'm sure we will, or the quality of the footage that I've seen so far, I'm sure we will do it again next year and carry on.
I was in the Five-Siders last night, and they've clearly already got a montage of a loop video there. It looks just phenomenal. It just looks great. It looks really good.
Yeah.
So the question is, next year or the next 5 years, what's the plan? Have you got big hopes?
So, and I get asked this question quite a lot, in fairness, and lots of people said, "Oh, so you've got to this level, and you're going to keep on developing." We, again, as I said, we have to be sensible. 85 is about the right number. Yeah. Somewhere between sort of 75 and 90 is about the right number of groups of what we can accommodate. There is always more venues that want to be included.
Of course.
But the tricky thing is, you add one more venue, that actually has to add quite a few more groups.
Of course.
If they want a whole weekend of performances.
Yeah.
So. Is it more of the same? Yes, to an extent. Yeah. Quite honestly.
Why break the mold?
Exactly.
It works.
Exactly. And then there will be some tweaks. There'll be some changes. We're having the Falmouth involved this year in terms of the Falmouth Hotel.
Yeah.
They've been a small venue in the past within the hotel, but this is obviously completely different now and out on the grass area in front. And such an iconic venue.
Oh, that experience for us yesterday was phenomenal. It was really nice indeed, and they looked after us very well. So
brilliant.
It was good.
Yeah, so they're really, really linked in with the festival. They love it. Of course, it works well for them financially. Absolutely should do.
Of course it does.
So they'll you never know. There might be something that pops up. I mean, we weren't necessarily planning to do the live stream until earlier this year, but we thought, well, look, if we can make it work, if we can make the numbers work, then we'll do it. So that will develop, and I'm sure there'll probably be some other things as well that we do, but with that balance of always making sure that we are the best that we can possibly be, and the festival as a whole, the quality behind it and everything that we do is top drawer, and that's really, really important for us.
Perfect. Well, guys, I really appreciate the time that you've spent with me, and I know your radios are off. However, I'm very aware that you might have things to do right now. So thank you so much. And we're going to look forward to the rest of the festival now. We're going to record some of the audio, and listeners, what you're going to hear now is some of the interviews with people that are here, some of the crews, and some of the songs that have been sung this weekend. Thank you, guys.
No problem at all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've recently been appointed as Falmouth Town Crier, and I am absolutely honored that this is my first ever official cry. I could not think of a better event to get it kicked off. So let's get it started. Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! Good people of Falmouth, and welcome guests from near and far, come forth and hear these words proclaimed. On this 13th day of June, in the year 2025, we stand upon these historic shores, proud to open the Falmouth International Sea Shanty Festival. For over 4 centuries, the songs of the sea have echoed through the salt-soaked soul of Falmouth, sung by sailors, fishermen, and townsfolk alike. Over the next 3 days, we honor and celebrate that tradition. Voices will rise and spirits will soar as shanty crews from across the globe fill our fair town with harmony, history, and heart. From the streets and the quays to to the harbor and the moors. And don't worry, if y'all don't know the words, sing the chorus and act confident. May laughter ring, tankards clink, and tales be told as we celebrate the music that bound the sailors together and stirs hearts still. Let the singing commence, the festival begin, and the joy be uncontained. God save the King, and long live Falmouth. Adi, adi, adi!
So I bumped into these guys who his name is Squeaker. This crew here is wearing an amazing orange outfit. Tell us who you are and what brings you to Falmouth Shanty Festival.
Oh, we are Armstrong Speyton from the Netherlands,
Nice.
from the northern part, and we come visit our family here,
Yay.
the Shanty singers. We are a big family and we sing here for the people and we enjoy it here. It's the second time we've been here and it's a party.
Very cool. And do you have a name as a shanty crew?
Armstrong Speyton. Armstrong Speyton.
There you are.
It's
fantastic.
Yes,
it's written everywhere. I was blinded by the orange. That's what it was. But yes, it is written all over you. So great stuff. So this is the second time you said you've been here.
Yes.
Excellent. So it must be good. You've come back again.
Yeah.
Nice stuff. And what are you looking forward to the most whilst you're here?
Now, to meet all the groups and we are singing together and we all speak the same language with music. It's great. That's the fun, and we want to bring the tradition to the people.
And is shanty singing a big thing in the Netherlands?
Yes, we also organized our own festival. We have 40 groups all over the world.
Nice.
It's ook in Appingedam, it's in the northern part, and it's in August, the last weekend of August.
Yes. Well, that's really good. And so I'm guessing you're on Facebook or you've got a website?
Yeah, it's the festival name is B-Duip, www.B-Duip. Yes.
Nice. Well, I will make sure I include that in the show notes. Thanks for talking to us.
Yes.
Nice to see you all.
Okay, last time, everybody. Hear your ho, boys. Let her go, boys. Swing her head around into the weather. Hear your ho, boys. Let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mingulay.
Oh, the smartest clipper you can find.
Hey, ho, are you most done?
Margaret M's in the Blue Star Line.
Clear away the track and let the boat join run.
Oh, the Margaret M's on the Blue Star Line.
Hey, ho, are you most done?
Never a day behind the time.
Clear away the track and let the boat join run.
What's your name and what brings you here to the Falmouth Shanty Festival?
I'm Shelley the Blade Shiraz. I am part of the Pirates of St Piran, and we've been coming now for 17 years.
And enjoying every year, I guess.
Absolutely, it gets better and better. There's more of us. We are a charity fundraising group. Everything we do goes to charity. So we already fund for the lifeboats. We do the Children's Hospice Southwest and also Cornwall Air Ambulance.
All very worthwhile charities. I'm standing with two of them, of course, and you are wearing an incredible outfit. So tell me a little bit about yours if you're keen to talk to me. Tell me all about your outfit and what it all means to you.
Well, I'm the super fan of the Pirates of St. Piran.
Ah, I see, a super fan, which means you've got to dress up just like them.
Well, they made me some of the outfit, which I've gradually replaced, because it was years ago they made it.
Must be about 10 years ago.
More than 10.
You stayed in the hotel where we were all staying.
No, we'll rephrase that. Right. They stayed in the hotel that I'd been staying in for several years before that.
Right.
You're learning about stuff already whilst you're here. What have you been looking forward to the most, and what have you looked forward to so far as part of the festival?
Well, obviously, I look forward to the Pirates.
Of course, that's what you're here, Mr. Superfan.
And the fine weather.
Yes, listeners, let's be mindful that day one, which was half a day on the Friday, it was pouring with rain, and as they say in Cornwall, it's a liquid sunshine, but today it is slightly better.
It's going to get better and better. We just enjoy coming down and meeting all the other shanty groups because it's the only chance that you get to do that.
And if my listeners wanted to hear more about you, is there a website, a Facebook? Is there a place that they can kind of interact with you guys to learn more about your crew?
There most certainly is. If you go on, I think we're on Instagram and all the other places. We're on Facebook. You can search for us, the Pirates of St. Piran. You'll find us anywhere.
Nice. Fantastic. Thanks for talking to us.
All right, thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing on a wet, soggy Friday evening in Shanty? Cornish sunshine. Nothing wrong with that. And it just says a lot that people are still coming out for the Shanty Festival despite this wonderful weather that we're having. But, we appreciate every single one of you. I hope everybody's having a really great time. And the weekend, it's just looking better and better. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to stand up here too long because I know these guys have a lot to say, but please give it up for the Port of Bristol Shanty Crew! Hooray!
In South Australia I was born. Heave away, haul away. In South Australia I'm Cape Horn. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling kings. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia.
We are les Vénus du Matelot, a French group from les Sables d'Olonne in Vendée. And we try to sing a shanty song with a new vision, a new version.
Oh, that's great.
With three voices, different polyphonic, and
yes.
one guitar, and only.
And with two girls, it's very important.
You were a very lucky man.
Of course.
These gorgeous ladies with you.
Sometimes it's a little hard for me, but
you've got to rough it sometimes, buddy.
So we enjoy.
And so, how many sets do you have? Any gigs you've got this weekend?
We have in the whole weekend.
Yes.
8.
They're getting their money's worth out of you guys, then.
Sorry.
They're getting their money's worth out of you. You're working hard.
Yes. But
and we try to get a lot of money for RNLI.
Oh, fantastic! Really good. Absolutely.
And it's a very big pleasure to be here. Really, Falmouth for us. Really, it's the best festival. Really.
That's great to hear.
Yes,
we have
people,
sing here
ambiance.
It's perhaps three times. The 3 years. Last year and the other, we sing here, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Really.
The spirit is fantastic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People are fantastic.
Well, it's been great to talk to you guys. Have an incredible weekend, and we'll hopefully hear you somewhere.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm Robbie Cant, and we're part of the International Sea Shanty Society. And it's our first time performing. I've not been down before, but a group of us have been down because our friend James lived here for 2 years, and he said, you should come down. It's a great festival. It's all for the RNLI, which is really important both for here and in Orkney as well.
Of course.
So we're coming down performing this weekend, and it's fantastic.
And tell us about your outfit, because you've all got these wonderful kind of rugby
So
shirts
the rugby shirts, I've got the International Sea Shanty society emblem on them, which my sister designed. And then all the colours are the colours of the Orkney flag, so yellow, blue and red.
Yes.
And how big is your contingent? Well, there's about 18 of us plus the parents, some parents, so about 20 or old of us. So
that's fantastic, isn't it? And you guys look amazing, and it's nice because one unique thing is you're all very young.
Oh, couldn't possibly comment.
I think it's very important. I think we underestimate the shanty engagement with young people these days. It's really
it's great. I mean, we all do a lot of singing and stuff anyway, and we kind of grew up in the folk music and stuff. It's quite good for us. So it all just kind of came together, and look really much forward to it.
They look fantastic. Well, thank you very much for talking to us.
No worries.
Get back to your crew who are having photos taken. So you take care. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Saturday morning, here we are at the festival event where basically there's going to be a parade of all the crews through the centre of Falmouth, and I'm joined by the representation of the Port of Bristol Shanty crew by Ollie, of course known as Shanty Boy, and of course the one and only Chili. How are you both this morning?
Loving it, absolutely loving it. And this shows the true international aspect. We've got the Dutch, we've got the Swedes, we've got Scottish people, we've got who? Italian?
I think we've got some Spanish and Italian people here.
Oh, hopefully.
They've even got the English here.
Yes, and they brought streetlights with them just to make sure they know.
Oh, that's too deep. Well, they've got good technology here. They've even got Wi-Fi. Shanty Boy, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing really good. I'm thinking of talking to a lot of groups here, and I'm talking to a lot of people. And I'm also thinking of singing with some groups as well, like Kasenyan, who I love dearly, who you may see going on in the show. And I would love to talk to anyone who's willing to talk to me in any part of way.
Excellent. And I think the Port of Bristol Shanty crew have managed to infiltrate Shanty Boy's image now, haven't we? Because what is he wearing?
He's wearing the latest gizzet in the world of shanty kit, where we've got my Port of Bristol Shanty crew own shirt.
Yeah, he's now on brand. We haven't changed his hat, though.
We did try and sell him yesterday, mine, but, we did.
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. My Cornish tartan hat's staying on me, even if... No.
It's part of your USP, but you're wearing a red one, so they can't miss you. And importantly, when you're being our roving reporter, at least they know who you are. Well, we're gonna get ourselves ready, aren't we? In position.
We got to flex up a bit.
Yeah, we've got to flex. Got to make a bit of space because there is only three of us. Be very present. I might even get the joy of speaking to Betty at some point. Listeners, you'll hear about who this person is.
I saw Betty last night. Very beautiful.
She's a very lovely lady, isn't she? She's very lovely. Anyway, as you can hear, they are just starting. So let's go.
I will chariot along, we'll roll-y-o, chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
So whilst we're walking along in the parade, this beautiful group called Wrecked Again is behind us. I'm told I need to talk to you. We'll walk together. Tell us a little bit about your crew.
Hello, we are Wrecked Again from Cockwood and Devon, and we are Falmouth virgins. We're popping our Falmouth cherry today. So,
are you?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying yourself so far?
Now that the rain's stopped, we're having a brilliant day.
Oh, it was so wet yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes.
As they say locally, it's liquid sunshine, but I'm glad that today is so much better. So tell us a little bit about how your crew formed and was created.
So we're a group of friends, we sing together in the pubs, and we've upped our game. We now go out and about to festivals, and we have a good time, yeah.
Excellent.
Friendship and the pub is at the heart of it all.
And why shanty? Is there a kind of nautical theme to all of you? You just thought, do you know what? It feels good to sing shanty.
We live near Cockwood Harbour, and that's about it, really.
And it works for you. How big's your crew?
12-ish, I think.
Nice. And it's great to...
Yeah, not right now, but in Falmouth today, yeah.
That's good. That's really good. Really good. And I guess, like many crews, you fundraise and raise money for charity?
Bits and bobs. We volunteer our time to charitable events generally. So,
yeah, that's probably...
If other groups are fundraising, we'll go and join in with that. So, yeah.
Really good. Really good. Yeah. Excellent. And I'm liking your banner. Tell us a little bit more about this one.
Toby, tell them about the banner.
Toby, tell me about your banner.
Well, we decided we should have a banner for this parade.
Of course.
And at about 10 minutes before leaving home, knock together this thing.
It's very Blue Peter style, but an incredible looking banner because it means that you're invested.
Yes, exactly, and it is a creation. If you look carefully, you'll see how it represents Munch's The Cry. Yeah. And we're trying to express here the kind of essential tragedy of life through singing.
Now, my listeners clearly won't be able to see it, so I'm looking at it now and I'm seeing some wonderful bits. I've seen your T-shirt. Tell us about it completely so my listeners can understand.
The T-shirt is one of our standard T-shirts, and people are wearing, in our group are wearing them today. The scarf is something that we wear around our necks on occasion.
Nice.
The head is made of a jiffy bag.
Yes.
Yeah, stuffed with bubble wrap.
Nice.
And then a bit of black cut up to make the hair.
Very nice, very nice.
And then some eyes that are a bit too wide apart.
One too many Cornish ciders.
What, sorry?
One too many Cornish ciders.
Yeah, maybe. And a screaming mouth, which is meant to represent singing, but looks a bit...
He's hailing. Lovely, nice to talk to you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you
great.
very much.
I'm a Spanish swing. And if they go for me to go, then I must go, and you must stay.
So who am I talking to today?
Well, first of all, I'm Mike, and they call me Engineer Mike because I am an engineer. But on board a boat and a shanty group, you've all got names, and we are different names. I think he's the midshipman, and we sing with Briar's Boys. Now, Briar's Boys is a group of 10 guys, and we're named after the daughter of our leader, who was named after the island of Briar in the Isles of Scilly. We all live in and around the west of Cornwall, not outside of Cornwall. We are Cornwall group. Okay. Effectively, I actually live in Falmouth, where we are. So I'm from the Falmouth area. He's out towards Helston, and we've got one guy who's even as far west as Newlyn, But we've been singing together for about 9 years, all Cornish traditional songs and shanties, and we've done loads of different events and festivals over the years. We also have been invited to sing at the tall ships race in Falmouth, which also took us to the tall ships race in Lithuania last year, to open the ceremonies in Lithuania. So yes, we do travel, but basically we are based in Cornwall.
So why do you think sea shanties are so popular to everyone, and why do you think it's so important?
Well, first of all, the sea shanties have obviously been around for hundreds of years, and they were there to gel the crew of the working on board the old sailing ships. But because of that rhythm and that inclusiveness and the ease of singing, they've become popular songs. They got lost over a period of time, but through the magic of the internet and the Wellerman and the Fisherman's Friends, and locally the Oggy Men and us Briar's Boys and many other groups, we've all brought it to life again, and the internet. The kids, the young people that are involved in shanties now is far, far greater since the Wellerman came in. In fact, in Lithuania, we were stopped by, it was pouring down the rain one day, and we went into a restaurant, and a man came over and said, "I'll pay for all your beers if you will sing the Wellerman song for my daughter who loves it," in Lithuania.
yeah, I do think it's all inclusive. Like, I'm currently 14 years old, and I still love sea shanties to this day.
Yes, there was a boy who asked his dad to bring him down from London yesterday. He came and saw us. He wanted particularly to see Briar's boys in Falmouth at the Shanty Festival, and his dad brought him down from London yesterday.
So, could you also tell me how you guys did tell me how you started, but like, could you also tell me what's next in the Briar's boys? Like, what you're next doing?
Well, next, where are we going next? I know we sing quite regularly for all different events, including weddings and
50 gigs a year.
Over 50 gigs a year.
That's a lot of gigs.
We've actually we sing for a group of tourists that come in from America every Tuesday, Tuesday and some Fridays. We've got some more coming up, which is going to. My colleague here, Phil, is going to be looking up the calendar in a minute. But we've done weddings locally. We've done most festivals, most sea shanty festivals, and a lot of support for charity events and even the mining community. We did a Falmouth hotel gig here last week with the Cornish mining community. So that sort of thing. We're booked up. I think the most we done was last year was 82 gigs. 82.
Wow! I don't know how I can live that long. How could you do that for so long?
Well,
and you're an engineer, you still do have a job.
We love doing it, but yeah, some of them are retired, but I still work and sing. But it is my love and my hobby to sing with my mates.
Do you have any plans for what's the next iteration of the Briar's boys?
Well, we're not trying to get too famous, put it that way. The likes of the Fisherman's Friends and the Oggy Men have got the Oggy Men are playing Glastonbury this year. They're great guys.
Glastonbury?
Yes, they're going to be at Glastonbury this year. The Oggy Men did it the Fisherman's Friends did it a few years ago. The Oggy Men have got there. I don't think I want to go to the Glastonbury. My legs are too short. I'll get stuck in the mud.
Yeah. So, thank you for talking to me today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
Well, you enjoy your trip back to Bristol. Have a good time.
Okay, so we have bumped into the Steehomers, which are friends of ours at the Port of Bristol Shanty Crew, because of course we're going to come and support you shortly at your own festival in Weston-super-Mare.
Hi, yes, our festival is the 1st to the 3rd of August. We've got 60 bands, over 15 venues, loads of bars on the Italian gardens. We've got loads of food, and it's a free event, so please come along. It's going to be fun.
It certainly is, and we always like supporting you guys, and of course it's nice to go to Weston because it's just on our patch, really. More importantly, I'm guessing you're raising money through this Shanty Festival.
Yeah, but our main charity that we raise money for is the RNLI, but the Lions Clubs help in collecting the funds, going around with their buckets, and so they get 50% of the profits out of it. So it's a great event. This is our 5th year, which is quite amazing, really.
Really good indeed. And how many times have you been here to Falmouth?
This is my 3rd year at Falmouth. Thoroughly enjoy it.
You enjoying it so far?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Is there a particular crew or act that you're really looking forward to hear and listen to?
I can't say there's anybody in particular because I just love listening to everybody because they've all got their different versions of the same shanties. It's fantastic to listen to them.
It's nice to come to an audience that actually have deliberately come to hear us rather than just entertaining the random people.
That's true, and we know that all the shanty bands are performing for free. And they do it because they enjoy it. And if we enjoy it when we're singing, then it reflects on the audience because they can see us enjoying it. And even if we mess things up, they think it's fun and we think it's fun. So it's great fun. Yeah.
Really good indeed. Now, if the listeners wanted to find out a little bit more about the Steehomers, I'm guessing you've got a website or a Facebook page.
Yeah, I mean, the actual festival is wsmshantyfest.com. Steehomers.com for our own website. Find us on Facebook. Just look for the Steehomers. Bung it in Google, you'll find us.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thank you very much.
Well, it wouldn't be Falmouth Shanty Festival without, of course, Betty. Betty has joined us. How are you?
I'm great. Absolutely brilliant. And the sun is shining today.
Oh, it's beauty,
but
isn't it?
It can be rain, snow, a blizzard, or whatever. This shanty would go ahead, and it's just absolutely phenomenal, isn't it?
I hear there's a bit of a bet on with all the crews to try and raise more money than you. Do you think we can achieve?
Well, you never know. I laid the gauntlet down a few years back, and it's never been beaten yet. But
I guess no.
when it does, I'll buy him a barrel of beer.
I don't think anyone ever will beat you.
Oh, we don't. You never say never. I'd love it if one of the groups could come up with the goods, and it's all for a great cause, isn't it?
Of course it is.
It's the RLNI. We all do it for the right reasons. And yesterday, going around with the bucket, I actually spoke to 4 people that the lifeboat had saved their life at sea.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
5 now.
Yeah, Chili's one of the.
It was from the channel.
Yeah.
Actually, a trawler I was on started sinking, and to see them come over from Newhaven, to see them come over the horizon when the waves are not even breaking for the boat, they're going straight over. You know about the beauty of seeing that lifeboat coming at you.
And that is exactly what the other people said. It was absolutely, word for word. They said you can't think of anything better to see than that lifeboat coming at you.
I'm a life member now. I had to.
Betty, if you had to sum up what does Falmouth Shanty Festival mean to you, what would you say?
I got to be honest, I do a lot of work for the Children's Hospice, but the Shanty Festival, I have to stumble by it by chance, really, and the rest is just history. I wouldn't miss it for the world. The Shanty Festival here in Falmouth is now Betty's home, like, for...
Yeah, of course.
That date goes on the calendar every year.
Oh, so good. And of course, the wonderful Will Keating is now singing on stage, so we're going to let you go in and enjoy that with the kids, and we'll talk to you sometime soon.
Yeah, Will is a great friend of mine as well. He was one of the reps for one of the local breweries, and I got to know. His real name is Dave,
of course.
But we all know him as Will, and what a busker, and what he's done for Shanty and Cornwall and the Oggy men is unbelievable, really.
But in reality, you are part of Fixtures and Fittings of the Falmouth Shanty Festival, aren't you? Everyone knows you. Internationally, they know you.
So they keep telling me. I have people coming up to me, and they've been collecting all their pennies and loose change all the year, and then they're trying to track me down through Falmouth with a carrier bag full of it. If they only went and had it cashed and put it in notes, they would say to themselves,
your arm.
And then
Those muscles are phenomenal. It's just looking amazing with those muscles, isn't it?
But I normally do a forfeit at the end of this festival by swimming in the harbour, but this year I'm going one better than that. We're going. It's Sunday week.
Okay.
But we're swimming castle to castle, so it's a mile swim. So from Pendennis Castle here in Falmouth to St Maul's Castle, it's a mile swim. It's all in aid of the RLNI. So we're going to launch that one at 3 o'clock or 3:30 time today on the main stage. So it'll be
a little spoiler for us.
So the QR code will be up, so people can hopefully put some money at it.
Beautiful. Amazing. Well, Betty, it's been great to talk to you. Enjoy the rest
of the... And you guys keep up your good work as well.
Thank you very much. Take care.
You're saying brilliant.
Thank you.
You're listening to Shipshape and Bristol Fashion, sponsored by the Nova Scotia Pub. Come down and see us on Bristol's historic harbourside.
February, the weather being clear, grey spy to be sure, 7 Turkish men of war all coming from Algiers. To be right for leather roll, right for leather roll, right for leather roll day. For a little lie, we'll be right for leather roll day. Our captain being a valiant man and a well-dressed man was he. Said it never will be said that we died like dogs on a fight the manfully. Oh, be right for leather roll, right for leather roll, right for leather roll day. Here we go. Hoist up the John-B sail, see how the mainsail sails. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home.
So it's Saturday, the first full day
Friday the 13th.
Is it? Oh my!
No, that was yesterday.
Oh, that was that was
it's
yesterday.
the morning after.
Oh, the morning after. Well, here we are, and we're sitting inside a rugby clubhouse because both Chili and I are roughing it this weekend. Roughing it. And we're camping. The rest of the crew are in their beautiful hotels, which is great.
Probably having a foot massage as we speak.
They're in the sauna. I can see Nobby there now. No, I don't want to do that. And we're going to have our breakfast, a breakfast of champions, I think.
It is, rugby champions as well.
Yeah, definitely. Chili, how did you sleep?
Do you know what? I think that alcohol did work. It was a sort of an aid memoir, and we'll go out to the masses. But it was very nice. The dawn chorus with the seagulls, the rain during the night, the pitter patter of the torrential rain, or somebody stood with a hose pipe on the tent. That does help you go off, I find.
It may be that someone didn't quite get to the toilet in time. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, you're in Kerno when you get woken up by the seagulls.
Indeed, and they were in full force, weren't they?
Very much
Singing
so.
beautifully.
Very much so. We're very thankful to the International Falmouth Shanty Committee for providing us those sleep and aiding beer tokens. I think.
God bless them.
Yeah, they're very good, aren't they? Very good, very good. We've done 2 sets now. How have they gone for you?
Do you know, when we turned up at the Falmouth Hotel, that was our first gig, and it was rain and it was very soggy. You had people sat out underneath the canopies down there and the sort of little benches, and thought, not sure how this is going to go. But being shanty folk, they're used to roughing it, I think.
Well, it would appear so.
But what a wonderful reception. The hotel was superb. The staff were very helpful and things. But wasn't it a great experience on that stage? The sound engineer, full marks to you. You made us sound good, apparently.
That was good, wasn't it?
People come up saying, unlike the usual, can you go, please?
After 3 years, maybe we are. We're getting better at these things now. After 3 years, guys, we are navigating our cooked breakfasts as we speak. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
They've just arrived. No, you are right. I think it was an incredible experience, and one of which we'll remember for a very long time.
Absolutely, because I say you don't really hear yourself when you're up on stage. We've really not got a grasp of what we sound like, but the sheer number of people who came up afterwards saying that was absolutely wonderful, they enjoyed us. That makes you, it gives you that extra oomph, doesn't it?
It does.
To just continue performing.
And then our second gig, which was when we arrived, very clearly a very trendy young person's pub.
I was going to say that, a studenty, youngy sort of hip place.
And internally you think, is this going to be a receptive crowd? And as we arrived, the crowds got greater. They just grew in mass and flew. And there's clearly a local Bristol gang that are following us everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. The police, I think they call them. But no, they were, and it's great to see them because they really are enthusiastic.
Yeah, really
very
good.
enthusiastic.
And that was a great gig.
Amazing.
It blew us away. Anyway, Chili, let's get on and eat our breakfast.
Let's eat that beautiful breakfast just been brought to us.
So whilst wandering around here at Falmouth, we are bumping into people that are just really enjoying the festival. It's packed. There are so many people here, and I'm recording today on Sunday, and it's equally as packed as it was on Saturday. I bumped into these lovely people that are sitting here enjoying the beautiful view that is Falmouth out to sea. There's some tall ships, there's people sailing, it's just great. However, hello guys, how are you all?
We're very well, thank you, and we're thoroughly enjoying this event.
Great. How far have you travelled to get here today?
Well, actually, we live just round the corner.
Fantastic. This is just a local event for you then?
Yes, it is, yes.
Are you big fans of shanty music?
Absolutely. We are learning the words every year.
And after 21 years, you might have got a few now, because that's how long we've going on here.
We know Cornwall, my home.
Is that your particular favourite?
I do like it, and they all sing it.
I think I'm singing that this afternoon when our final set, so looking forward to that. We only hold it, well, it takes a lot of risk singing out here. A particular act or songs that you've enjoyed so far?
Well, we particularly like the concert in the Princess Pavilion on Friday night. And I have to say the Sloop Groggy Dogs were absolutely brilliant. But so were the other acts, but they were particularly...
They're the ones that have come highlighted.
Yeah.
That's really good. And have you eaten your body weight in pasties and Cornish cream and ice creams and all of those wonderful things?
We're working our way around the stalls, yes.
We tend to do that all year round.
Oh, such hardship.
I know, it's tough. We're looking forward to Briar's Boys at 1:30 because we really
Lovely. So you're sitting here ready to get in as and when you're ready.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Well, thank you very much for talking to me, and enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, my name's Sharon.
I'm Jo. So, why do you think that sea shanties are so important to everyone?
It's definitely the coming together of all ages, all shapes and sizes, and we're all smiling and having fun.
Absolutely. And we're from a group called the Seabirds, so the letter C Birds, and we meet once a week to rehearse, and we have a bit of a chat about this, that and the other, and then sing, reading practices and all sorts. It's a really good way of spending time with people.
And what got you guys all interested in sea shanties?
I think we all like singing, we all really enjoy singing, but it was because there's no rigid structure to shanties. You can change them and adapt them.
Be really creative.
Yeah, definitely, and you don't have to be perfect.
Absolutely.
I've had my fair share of mess ups when I'm singing my sea shanties.
It's all part
but
of
we all laugh it off. We all laugh it off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, thank you for speaking to me today, and hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait, actually, where can I see you guys next?
We're performing outside Sea Salt at 1 o'clock.
And then at Penny Come Quick at 5:30.
Yeah.
And then Flushing later
at 8:30 this evening.
And anything else, like festivals?
We're doing Trinance Cottages Fun Day, that's a charitable event next Sunday in Newquay.
So it's just a small little festival. Yeah.
Well, thank you, and hope you have a good rest of your day.
Okay, thank you, Oliver.
So fresh off the stage is Barnacle Boys. They sounded fantastic. I've grabbed one of the members. Just introduce yourself.
I'm Stu. I'm the newest member out of the 5 of us here at the moment. I've still been in the crew a year and a half, but I'm fairly seasoned. But
but you sounded great. How is the festival going for you?
Oh, it's amazing. We did the Sea Salt stage yesterday in the afternoon.
How was that?
It was incredible. I've never performed on a stage that big before, with an audience that big either.
Yes.
I actually went for a little run around the area to what I thought was scouting out the stage.
Yes.
I went to the wrong one.
Oh.
And by the time I got there, I was like, wow, this is a lot bigger than the one I thought it was going to be. So the nerves kicked in straight away. But I think we did really well. We got so many positive compliments afterwards.
And it's good that the shanty audience are just there to keep us going, I think, aren't they?
Yeah. As soon as they get involved, it raises our spirits as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Kevin always says, you show us some love and we sing even better. That's always his thing.
And how true that is.
Indeed,
How many times do we as shanty crews sing in front of an audience that aren't always there to see us?
No,
but they are here to see us, which is so good. So good indeed. Highlights of the weekend, because you've only got one more set to go.
We have only got one more set. We're at the front at 4 o'clock, but it has to be the Sea Salt
Of course
stage.
it does.
The pavilion was beautiful as well.
Yep.
Just the setting of the pavilion.
Of
Princess
course.
Pavilion. That was gorgeous. It felt like you were, I know Jake Bugg is playing there soon.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
It's
setting.
just beautiful, isn't it?
So
It's
it's
just
lovely
beautiful.
singing on that place as well.
And have you managed to get to see any other shanty crews singing? I know it's busy.
Yes, we saw. I saw Barrett's Privateers, or I think it was the 10 o'clock slot on,
wow.
or 8:30. I can't remember.
Yeah.
In the Grapes, and they commanded the audience as always. They were awesome. They
so
were
good, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it's great to be rubbing shoulders with a whole plethora of different
Indeed,
experience,
of course.
isn't it?
Yeah,
and we can all learn from each
different
other.
Sounds, yeah.
And we're all uniquely different, which is great.
Of course.
Beautiful, but it's been great talking to you.
Thank
I'll let
you.
you get back to your crew.
And good luck with your next set.
Thank you very much. Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
Who am I speaking to today?
My name's John from Barrett's Privateers.
And Sarah.
And I'm Andrew.
Could you please tell me, how did you guys start?
Well, we all met. We formed about 5 years ago, just before COVID. But we've been singing together en masse with a group of other people, really, for many years in the pub shout scene. But we kind of found that there were 9 people who turned up every week. We were the ones that always turned up, and so it just drifted into shanty singing, really. Yeah.
So what? So you guys just came back from singing on the big stage. How was that?
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Oh,
It was,
God almighty, yeah, absolutely unbelievable.
It was a really good thing to get the audience participation. Shout singing, which is what we've come out from, is a Cornish tradition that's been going for many, many, many years. It became quite limited in the 70s, but has grown again and grown again. And now, when you look at the International Shanty Festival, when it first started, they had 4 Cornish groups. There's now over 70 coming here this year. So you can see the change it has in Cornish singing. And this man here, Gids, who is our lead singer, he was
Hello,
one of the
matey.
people who's really started the process again.
Well, for Southeast Cornwall, we have to be perfectly honest. You know, Southeast Cornwall is. There was a time, although we all used to sing in different places, we used to meet up for St. Piran's night and have a good sing-song. And then out of St. Piran's night came a whole group of singers, about 25, 30 or something like that. And then there was a group of us 9 that actually sort of loved the singing. We thought, we can do better than this. And then we formed a group. You probably already said this, John.
Yeah,
haven't
pretty
you?
much, yeah.
Yeah, we formed the group in 2019 and went from there. And of course then COVID came along. And
Yeah, the dreaded COVID.
They mucked things up a bit, the dreaded COVID mucked things up.
We had a nice year off.
Yeah.
We kept practicing throughout that year. We used to go into Gid's garage, opened up the double doors to me, and we used to sit 2 meters apart and sing absolutely freezing through the winter.
Yeah. I can still see Jack now with hot water bottles all over him, singing in a garage, trying to be 2 meters apart, you know. And then one day we had our sound recorders come up and they set the system up. Then for the first time we heard it come live through a speaker system, and we thought, wow.
Yeah, I think that's what really spurred us on then to go ahead with it, because the sound was great, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's great. We've had a great journey actually, you know.
It was great fun today. It was on the stage, it was fantastic, and we had a couple of great sets last night at the Grapes and Indie Dog.
Also,
And the
the other
crowds
thing,
were
I think it's important to say that we were very lucky in as much as, and at that time it was a bit unusual, we had girls at the top end, and we had us guys in the middle, and then we got this amazing bass. And so we've got this, Jack. We've got this extreme from the basso profundo right up to the top end.
Yeah.
So we cover everything really.
You see, with Barrett's Privateers, nobody takes any notice of the bit in the middle.
No, we all get
It's the
ignored.
girls on the end and it's the big basses on the other end, you see? So when you watch Barrett's Privateers, it's almost like having a game of tennis. You can see people in the audience with their heads going from side to side, because 1 minute it's the bass, 1 minute it's the girls. Nobody takes any notice of the guys in the middle.
We're a waste of time.
Yeah, we're an absolute waste of time.
So where else can people see you apart from the International Sea Shanty Festival?
Probably Lorient next year.
We don't know about that yet.
No, we don't know, but we haven't been to Lorient.
Well, let's hope we do.
We'll be at Mevagissey Shanty Festival for a start anyway, and
Boscastle Shanty Festival.
Yeah,
that's coming on. That'll be a cracker.
But if you really want to know where we are, if you find us on Facebook, everything is always on Facebook. We always post it up nice and early so that people can make plans to come and see us.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook as well.
Follow us on Facebook.
I think something worth mentioning actually is later. You have to excuse me because I don't know the date. But we're at Corn Glaze, the caverns near Lisgard, and the acoustics there are absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, check the Facebook. If you get a chance, come to that, but book early because it gets sold out every year.
400 seats, and you don't really, not being funny, not blowing wind up my own bottom, but the popularity that is becoming of us, it doesn't take long to fill 400 seats, to be perfectly honest.
They go really quick. Yeah.
So what's going to be the future of Barrett's Privateers?
Good
Worm
question.
domination, you mean? Isn't
Yeah. What can you do? It's very difficult because, you know, there is a lot of us that within the group that are retired, but there's also those who have to work for a living, you know, and because of that, they can't commit to it so much. And it's also a case that it almost seems really to be able to progress forward, you almost got to put it in the hands of agents, because they are the guys that push you forward. You know, the big festivals, they don't come to us individuals. They don't have time to that. They have to go to an agent and say, okay, get me a group of shanty singers, or get me a group of pop singers, or whatever. So they go to the agents. So that might be the case. So as much as we stay together, you know, don't get me wrong, we've had our problems, you know, as you do. We all have our grievances.
You do in every group.
Yeah, of course you do, you know. But you pull through it. It never gets better than what we've got with this. That's what it boils down to, you know. There's not a reason why in the world that we shouldn't stay together. Hell's Teeth. I'm the oldest now. I'm now 67, and Jenna is what?
29 now. Is she just 29?
Yeah. And she was 23 when she started. When she was 23, never sang. I mean, never sang on a stage in her life before that. You know.
Yeah.
For a lot of us, it's part of our life now, to be perfectly honest. You know. So you know, the future. Yeah. The future can always get better, but we can't push it too far because of the fact that you never know. You know, you have to hold back. Listen, all this, it never puts food on the table. That's what it boils down to. You do it for a love of it. You know, you do it for the love of it. You charge here and there. You have to, else you'll be doing Granny's 60th birthday every day of the week. You know.
Having said that, you know, we do a great deal for charity. Like this weekend, absolutely fantastic. They raise so much money for the RNLI, and all the festivals that we do, actually, all these shanty festivals within Cornwall, and even the ones that we do in Devon, you know, they're all done for charity. We don't get paid. I mean, they give us a few beers, they give us a pasty here.
I think that's the right payment.
Well, it could well be, and certainly they're not lacking in groups. I mean, they've got 80 plus groups that are here, so you know, we do it for the love of it.
Do you guys have a specific charity?
Not really.
Not really to that extent. No, funny enough.
We did a lot of work with the Cornwall Air Ambulance this year.
Just recently, yeah.
Well, actually, I mean, did you say? But we did a song for the Cornwall Air Ambulance recently, and got to it was an amalgamation of other groups in Cornwall. But that was a song called "Sing It Home" and a CD, an amalgamation.
Got to what, number 11?
Number 11
in the downloads, I think.
Yeah, number 11 in whatever charts it is. You know?
How many CDs do you have so far?
I don't know how many they sold. They raised something like, I think it was 2 million for it. I think it was. That was for the air ambulance.
That was an amalgamation of a lot of groups, all local, that all joined in. It was
all Cornish groups.
A great thing, yeah.
All Cornish groups.
Do you guys have any like physical memorabilia or stuff like that?
We've got CDs. We've recorded 2 CDs. So our first CD was Shed No Tears, which is from the song, the very famous song Barrett's Privateers, of course. And then
You got it.
That's right. And then the second one was 1778, which of course is in the song. Oh, the year was 1778.
You know your shanties.
He knows that.
Yeah, I know them.
So we recorded those. We recorded them down at Perranporth. What was the studio? The Cube. The Cube studio. Fantastic guys down there. Did a great job for us.
And even if we do say ourselves, they are 2 good CDs.
Oh yeah.
2 good CDs. Purely a cappella. We don't have instruments and nothing like that. Purely a cappella. You know.
I've listened to the CDs. They're really good.
Yeah, great.
Thank you very much. That's very kind. Thank you.
All the songs are, I would say, are really good.
Yeah.
And
but we do pride ourselves on it. Really.
Yeah. I think what you guys are good at is that you're good at differentiating from real life to CD. You're still the same, even if you're singing from CD to real life.
Our main purpose, well, not our main purpose. One of our main purposes when we recorded that CD, right, and saying we wanted it to sound like a live CD, and that's exactly what it was. All 9 of us stood in the room and we sang live, and we wanted that live feel. We didn't want to over-engineer it, so we're happy that that's what we got.
They were mostly one take, weren't they? Those,
one take, pretty much.
Yeah, 1 or 2 we did a couple of times.
We have, because of who we are sometimes, because of the amount of good groups, we're probably up at the top as far as shanties are concerned. Probably up in the top ones in Cornwall. There are others above us. We suffer sometimes because of the fact that we haven't got that brand as certain groups do in Cornwall, you know. I won't mention any names, you probably know what I mean, but...
Fisherman's Friends?
Oh, as it happens, yeah. Good friends of ours, you know, don't get me wrong. You know, they have that brand, and I mean, you know, it is what it is, you know. They're able to go out and do, whereas we have got to sort of like have situations like that, this, here, to push ourselves really, and do as well as we can. Then unfortunately, sometimes people go home and say, "Oh, that group was good, that was on this, what were they called? I can't remember." You know, that's why we try to push Facebook. Sarah does a lot on Facebook and all that. The coverage that we put on Facebook is phenomenal actually, because it just needs to be put across. Keep pushing it on people, keep pushing it. You probably know that. You got to keep selling it, you know.
Also, I think worth saying is, I remember when we started this, probably you or somebody said, "What do we want to get out of this?" And I remember my initial feeling was, I just want us to be the best that we can be. And in order to do that, we need to practice, which we bloody well did. We practiced and practiced and practiced. And that is our goal. Is we may not be the best, but we are the best that we can be with what we've got and the time that we've got. But that's it. And I mean, ideally, you know, I remember saying, I want to be one of those groups that people say, right, we're going to have a festival. Who shall we invite? Well, we're going to invite so. We definitely got to get privateers. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And I think
sometimes we get a little bit frustrated when they don't. You know, they seem to forget about. There again, it might be like I said earlier on about the agents. I don't know, but sometimes we seem not to get asked for no reason other than the fact they haven't thought about us or whatever. That we find frustrating, to be perfectly honest, and you know, and it is what it is. We expect to be, because we do practice and we do work so hard. We expect to be up the top, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Why do you think sea shanties are so important to everyone?
So important or so popular? I wouldn't say important. They're probably popular. Well, I can tell you now, the oldest sea shanty group. I don't know whether you ever knew this. The oldest sea shanty group in Cornwall is Rum and Shrub. All right.
Yeah.
And then there was a group from up in Devon, from a folk club called Hanging Johnny. All right.
Is that based on Lever Johnny?
No, just they recorded Hanging Johnny as a knot on a boat. It's a type of knot. It's not what you think it is. It's actually a knot. So they were the next group. And before that, it was the Harry Browns up in Bristol. So there's your main three. All the other groups came along. Fisherman's Friends, there's no doubt about it, they made it very popular, to be perfectly honest.
They did.
The Longest Johns, they came in on the back of Fisherman's Friends. You know, it is what it is. So, it's like I said on stage earlier on, Cornwall, it's got this phenomenal ability for singing, this love for singing, all right? Years ago, it used to be male voice choirs. Now it's not so many male voice choirs, it's little groups that set up in pubs, as we have, and do it that way, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so popular now. I mean, you can tell it here. There's 85 groups here this weekend. You know.
I think the ridiculous thing about this is it's actually become cool. I mean, I remember when we started singing Kids Come On, the stuff we did, you know, it was folk stuff. It wasn't very cool, you know. But it was, look at this. This is fantastic. All these, what is there, like 200, 300, 400 people out there listening to this rubbish, and they loving it. And why shouldn't they? You know, at the end of the day, it's basic, sort of the roots really of singing, isn't it? It's a working man's song, and that's the important thing.
And in fact, you know, if you look at the audience probably, the average age in the audience was probably 30, 25, maybe, 30. You know?
Or that one 14-year-old.
Or that one 14. How old are you?
14.
There you are, see? And here you are doing the podcast on us, you know?
Yeah.
A group of old farts singing shanties, you know? I mean,
I'm trying to be cool, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be cool. Yeah.
But did we look cool?
No.
I wasn't. I was playing with the Port of Bristol at
yeah.
the boathouse. That's why I had to come down very quickly.
Yeah. You're doing a very good job at this. You must have, yeah. So where are you from then?
I'm from Bristol.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. So how I know the Port of Bristol and I'm doing the podcast is that I went to a lot of shanty events, and I started actually here, 2024, singing with Casenyan, who I was singing with the Grapes. And those are the ones I hold deeply in my heart because they were the ones that started me doing this.
That's Harry...
Harry, Ruby and Ollie.
Well, there you are. You see, you only got to look at Harry's situation. His dad, who sadly passed away 18 months ago, something like that, Mike Kessel. Harry's dad I used to sing with him probably 20 years ago, you see. And now Harry's coming up through the ranks.
Yeah.
And, you know, and a great voice as well, you know. So, you know, it's what goes around comes around, you know.
Yeah.
If in the long run anything should happen to the likes of Barrett's Privateers, the likes of John and Sarah's 2 children, Jack and Jenna, they've got it there for the rest of their lives. You know, they can do whatever they want, and they've got it there for the rest of their life.
Yeah, we try and keep it in the family. We try and keep it. We sing in the car together, don't we? Yeah.
It's there for life. Simple as that. You know.
Yeah, I do think that sea shanties. I always like to believe that at some point in your life you have heard a sea shanty. Like it doesn't. Like you like they said. Like people used to tell me they used to sing it in school. I used to know John Kanaka in school. I used to sing it.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice it was a sea shanty until now. So I
think I was about 36 or 37 when somebody said, "Oh, that's a shanty." I didn't have a clue what a shanty was, to be perfectly honest, back then. You know, you've got to be fairly ignorant these days not to know what a shanty is, to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks to people as you've already said anyway. But thanks to people like the Fisherman's Friends who really brought it to the front, you know, lovely bunch of guys up there, and you know they've got the 2 films, crikey, you know they've done really well. And then you know there was the Wellerman with the Scottish guy, I can't remember his name now. That's him, yeah, you know. And you've got some great bands out there now that are doing really well. The Lonely Stones are here. They're here this weekend. They're doing tours in Australia, America, Canada. They're all over the world. And it's people like that that are kind of forging ahead with it. And we're kind of following along behind. But it's really come to the forefront now. And I'd say it's become almost, I did say cool earlier, I might not have meant that. But, you know, it's become popular now, which is great. And it is that basic working song business. You know, that's what it's all about. Everybody's got it in them.
Yeah. Everyone's at least able to sing a sea shanty.
I was talking to someone earlier on, they said, look, I can't sing a note. And I said, actually, to be fair, when we go singing in the pub, there's several people in that pub can't sing a note, but they're all stood there singing away, and nobody cares. They're having the time of their life. You don't actually have to be able to hold a tune to enjoy this kind of music. Just get out there and enjoy it. Get at the back if you don't want to be at the front, and give it a hell. Just enjoy yourself.
But can you give me any person that wants to get into sea shanties? What would be your number 1 tip?
Practice. Yeah, that's it really. Try and find some other people of a similar mind. Get together and practice, and then all you do is you apply for places like this, and you just come along. Get out, don't be afraid. Get out there, do a bit of busking. Why not?
Be friendly.
Oh, be friendly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is a great family, isn't it? I mean, all the groups are here. We know most of them, and they know us, and you know we all have a pint together. And it's like one enormous big family. Get out there and enjoy yourself. Yeah. Don't be afraid.
That's about it, really. Yeah. I don't think it's much different. Yeah, as John just said, you know, it is very much that situation. You know, there's no reason why anybody shouldn't be able to do it. I mean, as an example, I met a lady at a birthday party up at South East Cornwall recently. A lady called Daisy. She was moving down from up country and has come down here. And sure enough, she's now singing with A Cappella Moonshine. Well, she didn't know anybody when she came down here. You know, life in general, you have to be in it to win it. You know, you've got to put yourself forward to be able to do it. You know, it's no dress rehearsal. You've got to be able to do it. You've got to be in it to win it, and just it's not going to happen sat at home. You've got to get out and do it.
Yeah. What would be your number 1 tip for going, like, not a performer, but like attending sea shanty festivals?
Try to stay sober, I think.
Yeah, that's one of them. Or you try to get drunk.
Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that question, to be honest with you. If you're going to go to a sea shanty and you've never been to one before and you don't know what to expect, great. Go with an open mind. Don't go there thinking it's going to be one thing when it isn't. I mean, you look around here, you see people dressed in pirates, don't you? Parrots on their shoulders also. There's a lot of people dressed up, really, you could say making a fool of themselves, but they're having a great time and they're bringing joy to everyone else. Go with an open mind and join in.
Well, hope you guys have a lovely weekend, and I hope to see you more in the future.
Thank you very much. Really nice to meet you.
Straight the country, brave and bold, a merry wight was he. If London's Tower, Michael's hope, will set your lordly free. We'll cross the Tamar land to land, the Severn is no stay. And one and all and hand in hand, and who shall bid us pay? Sing ye buggers, and shout Trelawney live, or shout Trelawney die. His 20,000 Cornish men will know the reason why. With the halters on their heads, we'll send this night upon yon heights, with wind and water speed. Smugglers drink of the Frenchman's run, and the darkest night is the smuggler's time. Away we run from the excise man. It's a smuggler's life for me. It's a smuggler's.
I had the privilege of announcing these guys at the Falmouth Hotel yesterday. Who was at Falmouth Hotel last night? I heard that the atmosphere there was rocking. Between these guys and the Longest Johns and Pirates of St. Piran, I heard that it was fantastic over there. So, first year as a main stage, it's nice to see that it's succeeding. But I had the privilege of announcing these guys, and I was reading the program, and I really like their motto: fun and friendship, melody and mirth. That's a good one. That's a good one. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the Port of Bristol Shanty Crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed the Port of Bristol Shanty Crew! Yay! And we've been described in a lot of ways, all right? And the one that I think captures us to perfection was when somebody said, the Port of Bristol Shanty Crew, the triumph of enthusiasm over talent.
That's us.
Now then, you have heard a lot of close harmony singing today. You've heard people that would fit in very well to a male voice choir. We are not like that.
No way!
All right? We are a little bit rough and ready.
Rough!
We don't sing a lot of harmonies. In fact, my job is, if anyone does sing a harmony, we stop the song and that person gets shoved off the stage. Right, now, let me introduce you to my dear, dear friend, Nobby Dye. Woo!
Nobby!
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 Nobby! Nobby!
Nobby! All right, now, Nobby, in spite of his small stature...
Yes, yeah. I'm growing.
You are growing.
Growing,
Yes,
yeah.
puberty at last for Nob.
Yeah.
And he's going to start us off with a good old song. There's about 2,000 versions. This is Nobby's version. We never quite know what he's going to sing. It's called Santiana.
Oh, Santiana won the day. Heave away, Santiana. And General Taylor ran away all on the plains of Mexico.
And it's
heave her up and away we'll go. Heave away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go. All on the plains of Mexico.
We've just come off set here at the Falmouth International Shanty Festival, and we've bumped into some super fans.
Super fans.
Super fans. Tell us who you are, buddy.
Well, I'm called Harry.
Nice to meet you, Harry.
Thank you.
And you're with your friends. Let's get
We
them
are.
involved because they're all giggling.
Yes, that's Jack.
Hi, yeah, my name's Jack.
Hello.
And Leo.
And there's some others that have gone to the toilet, but we won't talk about them. They're not here.
Tell us, how were we on
Right.
stage?
So we came. This is we took their virginity for sea shanties.
Yep.
But we came last
I'm
year.
glad you confirmed that.
Yeah.
That would have been difficult to explain.
For sea shanties, let me just add, yeah. But we came last year and you played at fives.
Nice.
And I think I fell in love actually. I'm not too sure, but I did, yes.
Nice.
But this year was even better. The bigger stage is what you need. It's perfect.
Yeah, we were so lucky to be on it, and we're so grateful that the guys have let us have that stage to allow
You
us to
deserve the stage. It was beautiful.
Oh, that's very kind of you. How old are you, buddy?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I am 24. Yes. Sorry, I had to think about that.
No, it's been a long weekend. It's
Yeah,
been a long
yeah.
weekend.
Nearly 25.
And just tell me a question that I have been puzzled to kind of answer is, how come young people are so into shanty?
Because it's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone loves a shanty. He's never been to a shanty before. He loves it. He loves it.
His face says a lot about that,
Yeah, I know. That's his face anyway.
Yeah.
But this guy, he's got right into it. He's got right into it. No, it's just fun, isn't it? You listen to one song, by the first chorus, you know it.
And then that's the point of it, isn't it? Absolutely. And of course, the ale and the cider and all the great bits of alcohol helps.
It helps.
Absolutely
It does
helps.
help. But no, it's the perfect combination, isn't it?
Absolutely. And where's home?
Home is Dorset.
Dorset.
Yeah.
You come all the way down to Falmouth.
All the way down to the best part of.
Best bit of Cornwall.
It is the best bit of Cornwall.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Dorset.
Whoever's listening is from another
It's not as good as Dorset, but we'll take it.
And there's your friends there. They've come back from going to
Yeah,
the toilet.
yeah, I know. They're all giggling. They're
we know
nervous.
we know where you've been.
They're fans. Yeah. This is her first sea shanty. Her virginity's been told.
He's taken your virginity.
Sea shanty virginity.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that.
You left out the important information there, didn't you? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh, sorry, listeners, got that wrong.
Sorry, guys.
Nice. Well, we really do welcome your feedback. You clearly are already a member of our Facebook page.
I am part of the Facebook page.
Are you going to get your friends on that?
No, I will get them on it. They will be all part of the crew.
That's good.
By tomorrow night.
That's good. And listen to our podcast as well.
I can't wait to listen to this.
And you'll be on it.
Oh my! I'm going to save it forever.
You need to walk around with a black pen now for all the autographs you're going to get.
I'm hoping. Well, they should be coming thick and fast.
Yeah, they should do.
See.
They should do. They should do. Well, it's been great to talk to you. Thank you so much for your feedback.
No,
and
thank you.
we'll see you soon.
I can't wait.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
I'm Ollie.
Harry.
And Ruby. So, in this festival, I've seen a lot of new faces, but today I've seen quite an old face I've seen, which is Ksenian. And tell me about yourselves.
I'm Ollie. I sing with Ksenian. I've been singing with them for about a year and a half now. My granddad got me into singing, and this festival's been great. I've really enjoyed it.
Very similar. I've been singing for the same amount of time, and his granddad's my dad, so we'll
Try and work that one out.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Ruby. I'm not related to them, but they roped me in up at the pub, and I haven't stopped since.
So how did you guys all start Sea Shanties, and how did you guys create the group?
Well, Harry came up with the idea of it, and I just started going up to the pub with him, and it kind of just went off from there, really. Great fun, I found it, and starting a group was great. Just a chance to sing together, really.
So I've been singing since I was 4, and I wanted to form a group of young singers that sang traditional songs, and Ksenian happened because of that.
So I started really by listening to Longest Johns, and then Ollie was like, come up to the pub and have a sing. And yeah, I was really interested in it, really enjoyed it.
So, if you didn't know from the last episode of this podcast, I started singing last year at the 2024 Sea Shanty Festival, where I actually started with these guys, and I've never stopped ever since, so I've really got to say thank you to all of you.
You're welcome, Ollie. It was great to have you up there last year and this year as well. We've definitely come on a lot, and absolutely great singing with you.
We'll have you up again next year.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, definitely. So.
Well, this has been a great Sea Shanty Festival for me and great Sea Shanty for all of you. Can I ask, what's been like your favourite sea shanties you've all sang?
Oh, for me, it's got to be the Rattling Bog. Great fun. Watching people's faces when we used to get faster and faster, it's great.
It's not a sea shanty, but we do one called Bedlam Boys, which I just really love the harmonies in it and everything like that.
I quite like singing. I like Grey Goose, the one Harry sings. I think, yeah, fun harmonies too.
Now, if anyone doesn't know Cornish, what does Ksenian actually mean?
Ksenia means harmony in Cornish.
Yeah. And I bet that shows what all of you are as in a whole. You are just a big harmony of choirs and a big harmony of people. So thank you for guys speaking for me today. Thank you.
So while swanning around, I've seen this chap who incredibly looks amazing. He's like a pirate and Cornish and badges. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your name?
Well, I'm Jason Wilkinson, and at the moment I'm dressed as Pilchard the Pirate.
Pilchard the Pirate.
Which is something that's evolved over the years.
Yeah.
Evolved really for the shanty festivals. I do a bit of charity work for it, but mainly I help with the shanty festivals, guide people to where the venues are and where people are, where toilets are, whatever, and also collect money at some of them now.
And you also sing, you're also part of a shanty crew as well?
I am, yeah. From Myler Bridge, which is only over the water. We're all, most of us from Falmouth, so I sing with the Lemonairs. From Falmouth. We've been going for nearly 20 years now.
Oh wow, it's a good time.
Yeah, it is a long time. Yeah, it was a strong group. We were on the main stage yesterday at 8:30. Fantastic gig, and we were all buzzing because we were streamed globally. So it was fantastic.
It's really good, isn't it?
We sing a lot of Harry Glasson songs, but songs about Cornwall, fishing, mining, and our culture down here.
Yeah,
and
so good to promote that, isn't it? So important.
Of course it is. Yeah, we obviously do the shanties because they become popular and people want them. But yeah, we are predominantly old Cornish songs.
Beautiful, and clearly you're a seasoned you're a seasoned festival goer. Any particular highlights from this weekend?
Well,
other than being on streaming.
Yeah. Well, I'm from here. I'm on the committee. I don't really help organising it, but I'm there in the background, know a bit about it. It's growing every year.
Yeah.
The beauty of this year is the Falmouth Hotel being a main stage for the first time.
Yes.
Because we've got the Falmouth Hotel, the Princess Pavilion, and also the Royal Duchy, which has just joined in. That's smaller. But we can get a lot of people over that side of the town.
Good.
Beautiful views, and it's great for the kids, for families, for the elderly, and people with learning difficulties.
That was our opening set in Falmouth. It was really good, the Falmouth Hotel. It was really good to be there. Shame I'm at the weather at the time, but when we were singing, there were still a good few hundred people undercover cheering us along, which was good.
Well, that's good to hear, because Friday was horrendous, wasn't it?
Yes, it
was.
At
least Saturday and Sunday
we've been blessed with such great weather, haven't we? It's been really good. Anyway, thanks for talking to me, and keep doing what you're doing, and thank you for everything you do.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, mate.
Who am I talking to?
You're talking to Chile.
Yes. So how did it feel being off of the big stage?
Absolutely unbelievable. When we marched on, and you look at that crowd, and you feel that vibe out there, and you're thinking, we've got to perform, we've got to do it here. And then, obviously, as soon as we start, he gets in, and we go. And we just fall back into our normal mode of enjoy ourselves, but give them entertainment. And I think we did that in bucket loads, absolute bucket loads. So I was really pleased. Everyone out there probably say, what are they doing now? What are those old farts doing out there? Listen to them. But we loved it, or I did, absolutely, really much. Do you want me to pass this to Bill?
You could, if you want to.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Dolly.
So you sung with them before doing this festival? How did it feel?
Yeah, amazing, really. I mean, this is only like the third or fourth appearance I've had with the boys, but this is the first time I sung on the main stage at Falmouth. I've been coming here for 13 years, and I've always wanted to sing on the main stage. And with these boys, it's a real privilege. And when you walk on that stage and look out, as Chili said, there's so many welcoming faces. It's a great audience. It's just a real buzz. And I just can't see how excited I was with it, really.
So, do you think this is the reason why shanties are so popular, that it's such inclusive to people?
The thing is, it's an inclusive music scene, you know? That you don't have to be young to enjoy it or old to enjoy it. If you look around, there's all ages. There's younger from the Longest Johns, although they're an older group now, of course. They're getting on a bit. and there's old codgers like us, but it just spans the whole thing. And everybody can sing along. Everyone loves the music. It's understandable. It's approachable, and it's just a good buzz. I mean, you just come a place like this. There's so many happy faces.
So, are you guys playing tomorrow?
Yeah, we're at 2 gigs tomorrow. Where are we tomorrow? I've forgotten now. Indigo, yeah, Indigo. And 7 Stars.
And 7 Stars.
And the 7 Stars and more, which both good venues, I think.
So, I've got to ask. So, are you an accountant or are you a policeman? Which one is it?
I'm an accounting policeman.
It just doesn't add up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
multiplication was not my favourite thing, but I always counted sentences in years, and the higher the number, the better it was.
generally the situation.
Yeah.
I'm currently going into my GCSEs. Well, I'm in year 9 right now, and I've chosen my GCSEs. But I bet Matt...
Why were you drinking that honey rum if you're only in year 9?
Miss, he's been drinking rum, miss.
I have you know, I don't want to drink when I'm older. It's just because my mum told me to. Someday I will find.
Never to drink, Mum.
Oh, this is a great group.
But all I can say is, Shanty Boy, the picture of your face that we got when you tried the rum is amazing.
Brilliant. Do you see how hard it is for us to drink?
I don't know how it is.
We put up with that all the time. We try to stop people being poisoned.
I bet you have to stop eating chili so many times.
Hey, shut your face, you. Right?
No.
But what I would say, we have set a great precedent today.
Yeah.
A glass of port before we sing and a bottle of rum afterwards. We've got a hell of a reputation to maintain.
What is your motto again? Skill over.
The triumph of enthusiasm over talent. But that's the Revs. That's the Revs saying. We just con it, really. We just go along with it and just to amuse him, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to say, at the boathouse, it was brilliant to have you there singing with us.
Yes.
Did your grandpa enjoy it?
My grandpa definitely enjoyed it.
Excellent.
He even said he cried a little.
Yeah, it's just incredible. 3 years ago, who would have thought we'd be on the main stage here?
Yeah.
Let alone anything else. Best 3 years of my life.
Yeah.
Almost. Apart from being married for 47 others.
Yeah. Can I just ask, who started the whole nickname thing?
Basically, I received an email from the Rev back in February 2022 saying, I want to give you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Would you like to join a shanty crew? Because I've known him since 1963 when we started at school together. I thought, well, he's got to be trustworthy. So I just said, yeah, why not? And that's where it all started. And a number of the crew all had the same or had similar emails at different times. And we just said, why not? And what a fantastic turnout.
I really hope I get the email one day.
You will get the email one day.
Yes.
But you've got to get through your GCSEs first.
Yes.
Yeah, I do have to get through GCSEs.
Unless you pass them, you don't come in. Unless he passes at GCSEs.
Yeah, GCSEs or no entry.
You can't do anything. You're barred.
No.
Yeah.
Just put some pressure on you.
No pressure really.
No pressure. No pressure. But I like doing the stuff that I'm doing with Oggy and doing the podcast with
We like what you're doing. In fact, I think you could take over from Oggy at some stage.
He's irreplaceable. He's just a magic man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Cornish pasty himself.
Give you two the ledge. That is Nobby.
Hello, Shanty Boy.
Hello.
Lovely to have you with us today. It's really great up at the boathouse. Really brilliant. And I enjoyed the set on the stage here until I saw a blonde woman in the crowd. Happened to be my wife, actually. and I forgot the words to Santa Ana. And then I came around again. Nah, they didn't. Nobody noticed.
I didn't notice. You're still a
Yeah.
How many sea shanties have you written so far?
About 40 odd. I got a whole thing at home about that thick. With poems and all that in it, you know.
Yeah. What can I ask? What
and
goes?
it's great. It's such a pleasure to share a stage with that Cornish bloke of ours, Oggy.
Yeah. Bet he's a nice guy.
Wonderful. He's a hell of a nice guy. Yeah, and the longer he's with us, the better we'll get.
Yeah. And I think it helps you expand your reach to other people with this podcast.
Oh, yeah, especially Oggy, because he has a multitude of friends and connections.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very good for us.
Very good.
And a great Bill Collins with us today. Oh, Bill, he taught my son.
Did he actually?
He's done very well.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to hand over now
to
the Rev.
Yeah, Shanty boy! It's good to see you, mate. Did you realise today, did you notice that we have modelled a lot of ourselves on K-pop and Metallica? Yeah.
I noticed.
Yeah, I know, because we are projecting ourselves more as a boy band than anything else, okay? And I think it showed. And as he said earlier on, as Chili said, we looked out at the audience and I couldn't believe how many were there. And I wondered how many would be left at the end. And there were quite a few left, quite a few stayed. No, it's been a great day, Shanty Boy. Marvellous day for the crew. 3 years we've been going.
Yep.
And today, to me, was the best, or the epitome, or the pinnacle, or the zenith. The zenith of what we've done. Everything clicked. Everybody knew their words apart from Nobby, which is normal. And everyone sang well.
Yes.
Everyone sang well, yeah.
Can I just say, I think I know a connection to you in some way.
What's that?
Did you baptise me when I was little?
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I can remember baptising you because I dropped you and you hit your head, and it shows. To be honest, it has had an effect, and I'm sorry about that. But it's a bit of luck. Oh, that's lovely. Do you know? I love to meet people I baptise. Sometimes I've been in the clergy a long time, and I sort of baptise people. Then I prepare them for confirmation, and then I marry them. Not myself. I officiate at their wedding, and then I baptise their children.
Yeah.
And that means the world to me, you know.
Do you think you've imparted some of your shanty knowledge onto me?
Oh no, really? It's my fault. Honest to God. Honestly, really. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. I love what I'm doing.
Oh, I know you do, and you're great at it, and we can't wait you to sing with us, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think you'll add a certain dimension, because the difference is you know all the words, you know, which is a real bonus for us.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen very often. No, it's been great. It's been one of the best festivals. We've been to loads, Nobby, haven't we? Loads of festivals. Because we've been singing together for about 40 years now. And he still don't know the words, which is amazing. He doesn't. But you do make up for it by singing the same verse twice, don't you? Yeah. That does work, I think, to a certain extent. No, shanty singing is the best type of singing in the world. You don't have to play an instrument. All you got to do is sing along. And you ain't got to be... Oi! Oi! Yeah, we're sort of overwhelmed here by fans. They come from all over just to sort of sit at our feet, don't they, really, not? And, do you know, we've actually, Shanty Boy, we have had people come up to us who saw us, Bristolians, who saw us last year, who followed us around, you know?
Yeah.
They're mainly tone deaf, aren't they? Yeah. They were here today, yeah. And They were great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think the Deaf School does a lot for them, doesn't it? Really. Well done, them. That's what I say. Anyway, Shanty boy, I better say goodbye because I got a bit of rum here waiting to be drunk, and as a priest, I cannot turn it down. All right, a little bit of communion wine don't do me any harm at all. Bye bye, Shanty boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a podcast, and about last month we actually featured as the #1 podcast in the Radio Times.
It's still England we're aiming for.
We interviewed a lot of people, and last month,
unfortunately,
last month we were delighted that Harry Glasson and Will Keating came on and did an interview. It couldn't be right not coming to Cornwall and paying this tribute to Harry Glasson now. I know you've heard it lots of times before. Harry's over there. So, we're not as good as you ought to be, guys, but we're going to do our best anyway. Cornwall, my home.
Don't get put off by the dancing. no, forget that.
Magic food, though. Magic.
I stood on Cape Cornwall in the sun's evening glow. On June Hill at Newing, watch the fishing fleets go. Watch the sheep wheels at Given as they spun around, and heard the men singing as they go underground. And no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. I left childish footsteps in the soft sand sands. I chased the maids there, all giggly and tan. I stood on the cliff tops in a westerly blow, and heard the waves thunder on the rocks far below. And no one will ever move me from his land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. First thing in the morning, on chapel Carnbray, to gaze at the ceilings in the blue far away. For this is my Cornwall, and I'll tell you why. Because I was born here, and here I shall die, and no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. Harry Glasson, ladies and gentlemen.
So there you are. That is the highlights of the 2025 International Sea Shanty Festival held in Falmouth. What an incredible weekend it was, and a great opportunity to be amongst some truly amazing shanty crews. And of course, that are super fans and people who just love shanty. It's really good to see you all, and if you are one of those people that are listening to this podcast, a massive thank you. As you probably got from all the crews, including ourselves, we couldn't do this if it wasn't for your constant engaging support, and just looking at us and cheering us on in the crowd really does make a difference. Can I just take this opportunity to thank everybody that spoke to us as we were floating around with the microphone. You can probably appreciate we got a lot of audio. Some of it we just can't feature because you'll be here for hours. I mean, this is 2 hours already. But a huge thank you to people who spoke to us, and of course thank you to Ollie, who has spent the time kind of perfecting his trade by recording people and practicing his interview technique, and I think we can all agree he is developing really well. If this is your first time that you've listening to our podcast, then thank you for listening. If you would like to subscribe, then we are available on all good podcasting applications. And if you are on our website, then of course you will see a link to that. If you're a regular listener, thank you very much for coming back and listening to us. I hope the chapter section, if you've got a clever podcast app, is helping you navigate this episode, and of course all the other previous episodes that you get to hear all the different songs. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening once again, and fair winds and following seas, and I'll see you next month.
Ship-shape and Bristol fashion boys along the harbour side, from even gorge to underfall, we'll heave and haul the line. Secure the barrels down below, bind them, tie and lash 'em. This vessel, she is certified ship-shape and Bristol fashion. So haul away me laddie boys, haul away you're free. Haul away me laddie boys and save a drink for me. Haul away me laddie boys, haul away you're free. Haul away me laddie boys and save a drink for me.
Every day in the UK, 7 young people aged 13 to 24 hear the words, "You have cancer." The Teenage Cancer Trust is dedicated to ensuring they don't face cancer alone, as the only UK charity focused solely on the unique needs of young people with cancer. It provides specialised nursing care, youth support, and age-appropriate hospital units across the country. But they can't do it without your help. Your support can make a real difference in the lives of these young individuals. Join the Port of Bristol Shanty crew in our mission to support the fantastic work of the Teenage Cancer Trust. No matter how much, please consider donating to this charity. Head over now to www.pobshantycrew.co.uk and click the Donate Here button. Thank you for helping them reach every young person facing cancer with world-class care.